Welcome to day 20 of the 28 days of play. I'm so glad you're here. Today's prompt is about moving your body before you paint. So I really suggest just doing some basic stretches, wiggling out your arms and your shoulders, doing some twists, starting with a little light yoga if you feel like it, or just flipping on some music and dancing along. I love how I already have paint on my page, but you know what? I'm just gonna go with that. Evidently that's where we're starting today, so. Okay, so I do have a bit of a primary palette over here, and this is Quin Magenta, Yellow, Cad Yellow, and Teal, all from Golden Fluid Paints. And I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna play with little mixes of these. And so I was thinking what I might do, because I'm imagining my brush marks today are they're just dancing around the page. So I want to just play with creating some sort of rhythm and fun, and so that's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm starting. That's what my heart says. So I'm just going to create some marks and see what happens. Boop, 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 boop. I like letting the paint just kind of mix on the page as well, because it's just fun the way that it starts to work. And you can go back and forth adding I feel like it helps if you can put on some music. So I was thinking that I wanted to do a little bit of a glaze. I really need to do a better job at actually closing the things. Okay. So I'm going to do a little bit of a glaze with the magenta and just see what that does. And let's do a little glaze with the yellow. I love glazes, so fun. So I'm going to just continue with a little more glazing and bring back some more of the magenta over the top. I really do not know what I'm doing. I'm just playing with the rhythm of the marks, creating some movement across the page, and then I feel like eventually together this painting and we will figure it out. So I feel like I've got all these little marks. I want to come back in and maybe try on some larger marks to see if that helps to lead me a little bit more. And I just continue to vary the colors that I have on my palette, just seeing what feels right. So I want to bring in some green, and unfortunately the blue and the green on my palette kind of make this sort of nauseating green. So I want to add a little magenta to that to sort of desaturate it and give me a bit more of a deeper value and just sort of more of a grayed out version of green. I'm going to play with maybe moving that around the canvas to see if that helps to inspire some other thinking here. This is always how I start though. I don't have any plans. I just play until something feels right and then I follow that. So now I'm just playing with adding some of those deeper values of purple, more of a bluish purple going back in with that, making bigger marks and littler marks. You can always push variation, right? That's a great way to start to build a composition. Ooh, I'm kind of liking those little pops of the bright teal there. That looks nice. That might be something. I'm just playing, going back over the dark with the light. You know, it's just like this constant back and forth, back and forth. Maybe if I was somebody who actually had a plan, I could be more efficient, but I really enjoy this way of painting because I feel like all the stress is off. It's just, I am trusting that the painting will tell me what it wants to be. You know, I am using the same size brush for this whole painting so far, which is a little bit weird. It definitely has like its pros and cons to it. But it's kind of fun to see like what are all the different marks that I can make with this one brush. Okay, I think I want to change to a smaller brush now and play with that. So I'm thinking if I start creating some lighter values, maybe I can create a bit more of a flow of rhythm of marks on this page. So I'm just sort of playing with creating some light yellows and lighter oranges. And then I'm going back the opposite direction and going darker. And I feel like I'm starting to get somewhere with this. But you know, it's one of those things you just have to be really patient with. You cannot rush it. I start playing with some of the blue and the white, and I'm thinking, well, maybe that could be a bit of sky color around some of these elements. So maybe it's bringing in a little bit of the blue into the background there. And I'm just finding some other places where maybe I could work it in. So I'm liking that. It's kind of making it feel more like there's flowers poking up into the sky, you know, to me. Like I'm getting that kind of feel from it. But I still want to keep it really loose. So I don't want to like render this completely. I just want to stick with this style of rhythm and movement and energy that we started with today. So I added a little bit of green gold, a lot of green gold to my palette. It wasn't really my plan. And I'm just doing a little glazing again over some of what I think might be the greenery at the bottom or like the leaves. just to kind of give that a little bit of clarity without losing all my yummy layers. I'm just adding a few kind of defining marks to make maybe the impression of this expressive painting a little more clear, that this is flowers in the grass-ish. I still am loving sort of the soft lines though, so I didn't want to add too many hard lines at all. But I do want a little bit more delineation at the bottom, and I felt like by using this Fineliner with some Prussian blue in it might give me just what I was looking for. So I kind of want to create a few little stems, but not make hard lines. So of course I always love my towels, right? And I'm just kind of bringing that line together a little bit more. And I feel like honestly that was just what I was looking for. Just a touch of like a depth of value at the bottom without making really hard lines all of a sudden. So now I'm kind of going a little bit lighter. And I just want to add some really bright moments. And honestly, I'm feeling really close already. I feel really good about this. Yeah, so I think honestly we might even be done. Let's just go ahead and pull the tape on this and at least see where we're at. The tape always sticks to my fingers. I'm really loving it actually. I just love the energy that is captured in this, and I think that's so appropriate because our prompt was about moving our bodies and allowing our bodies to kind of create the rhythm today. So of course I felt like I just needed one more little pop of color, and I just wanted those to just take up just a tiny bit of space, maybe just one, maybe two little spots. Okay, that feels pretty good. And I think it is pretty stunning. So good work on day 20, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 21. Thanks for creating along with me today, and happy painting.